Hey friends! So if you like lemons, here is a really fun and happy craft for you. I used some lemon prints that are in my Etsy shop, and they will be linked below this video. And I'm starting out with this 6x6 boxed sign. I got this at a thrift store, and it was kind of banged up, but I'm just scratching off most of that writing with my little mini sander, and we will get most of that off. Then I'm using my desktop vacuum cleaner, and this was a real powdery kind of sawdust that came off, so it kind of made it go in the air a little bit too. But it's so handy to have my desk to get sawdust, paint particles, paper particles, things like that. So I'm going to put a generous layer of Mod Podge all over the top of this. Make sure I go clear to the corners and clear to the edges. Make sure every part is touched with Mod Podge. Now I'm just going to give it a quick dry. It's almost completely dry. It might have been still a little tacky, and that's totally fine. So then you center your print on it, and I just resized these to fit my project. And then I'm just putting parchment paper over the top and using my mini heat press and giving that a good iron, making sure everywhere, even the edges and corners, are ironed. Probably about 20 to 30 seconds. And it's looking pretty already, and it hangs off maybe an 1/8 inch overall, the sides, and so I'm just sanding all that excess off and giving it a nice smooth crisp edge there. Some places the Mod Podge kind of comes out, and so when you sand it off, it's a little kind of fuzzy there, so you just kind of have to go around the edge and make sure you get all those little funny Mod Podge pieces off too. So I've got me a brand new Distress inks in my favorite color, Vintage Photo, the one I use most of the time. My other one still had some in it, but I've used it for years, and I just thought it was a time to get a new, fresh one, and it's going on so nice. And I'm just using a little dauber with a foam sponge at the end, and going around all the edges, defining those edges, making it look a little more vintage, emphasizing the corners. I get more on the corners on the front. I just like that look. Then I'm just getting the edges as well lightly. And it's cute like that. You can leave it like that, but I'm going to put a little bow and a tag on. So I am starting by putting a piece of twine down that middle slot. I've got some of this kind of a sage green, ruffly type ribbon. So I'm putting a piece at the bottom for the tails. Decided to do it this way, and then I'm going to go back and forth and do a couple loops on each side. I guess just right there, one loop on each side. And then I'm going to put some yellow, thin little yellow ribbon in. I'm going to do a little bit more green. I love this green. It's such a pretty green. And I'm going to do one loop and one tail on each side of this, probably about 1/3 of an inch buffalo check ribbon, and then a little bit more of the yellow. It was hard to keep it down in that slot. So you just pull those twine pieces up through that slot, tie it in a tight knot, and then pull it out, and then you can turn it over and tie it in a knot underneath. And I didn't tie it in a double knot because that's right where I was going to glue it to my surface anyway, so I just tied it once. So now I'm just kind of arranging it, making sure that's going to work, trying to decide where I wanted to put it. I knew I kind of wanted offset to the one side. So I'm just holding that twine in the back where I need it, so it will be sure to be glued down. Pardon my voice, I'm a little raspy this morning, not sure why. It's really windy today. I think it's stirring up my allergies. So I'm just getting that glued on there really, really well. And then the fun part, arranging the loops and the tails, trimming things up. And then these lemon prints come with a whole bunch of lemon phrase tags. And this isn't all of them. This is one sheet, but there's another sheet with some larger sheet tags, different style and different shape. But there are all kinds of like easy peasy, lemon squeezy, squeeze the day, things like that. And so a whole bunch of tags that come with this printable bundle. So I cut out one that says squeeze the day, and I'm just using my corner rounder. I'm just going to use that same distress ink, go around all the edges and corners. Just lightly, not too crazy. Got to punch a hole in it. Then I'm going to use that yellow ribbon. Put a loop through that hole, and then you bring the tails up through the loop on the other side, and then just kind of pull it snugly. And I'm going to glue that right in the center of my bow. I'll just cut off the excess that I don't need of those yellow strings. Hang it at a diagonal. And then I got these buttons on Amazon. It's a huge lot, 200 buttons of all different sizes and styles of vintage buttons. And then I have this tiny little yellow one, so I'm going to double them up. I'm going to glue the white one, bigger one on first, then the little yellow one on top of that button. And that is it for this part of the project. It looks so, so cute. So now I'm starting on my other part. These are 3x5 wood blocks that I get on Amazon, and they're a chunky inch thick. I love them. So I'm going to do 2 prints, one on each side, and make this a double-sided little decor piece. But right now I'm painting the inch edge all in vintage white folk art acrylic paint, just a real thin one layer. Just go into the edges, try not to go over too much, but it doesn't matter if I do because I'm going to Mod Podge the prints there anyway. I'll give that a quick dry. Then we'll be ready for the fun part. So again, I'm going to put a generous layer of Mod Podge on the top and just spread it out evenly and make sure it gets to the corners and edges. And again, I will dry it quickly. It was still a little tacky, sticky slightly, but it was mostly dry. And just center that print, and again it's about an 1/8 inch too big all the way around the edges. I like it that way. I like to be able to sand it smooth with my edge of my surfaces. So I'm just ironing it on really well. Make sure I get the corners and edges too. Turn it over and make sure you keep the top with the top. You want both tops on both sides at the top. And I'll dry this side as well. Doesn't take very long. I'll do the same process with this print. I was again making sure the top was where I thought it was. It's always good to check, right? And then the parchment paper, and iron it again for a good 20 or 30 seconds. And it was really, really hot. And that heat just reactivates that Mod Podge and makes that paper stick on there really well. It's not going anywhere. So again, I'm just sanding both these sides, making a nice, smooth, crisp edge on both sides. getting the little fuzzy glue pieces that come out sometimes too. Use my little mini desktop vacuum cleaner and clean up all those paper dust and particles. And now I'm going to do the same process, just lightly distress both sides, all the edges and corners with the same Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. I just love this look. It defines those edges. It's, in my opinion, makes it kind of jump out when you have it in a vignette, in a grouping of decor pieces together. This one I'm not going to put a tag or bow on. I'm just going to put I've got these 2-inch bronze drawer handles, drawer knobs, drawer pulls, whatever you want to call them. And that's what I'm going to put on the top, just as a little decorative piece on top. And so I'm going to use my little mini drill. This is a power drill, a cordless drill. It's definitely not as strong and powerful as the ones we keep out in our garages, right? But it has been so fun to have just at my craft area. So I'm just going to draw little dots where I want to drill the holes. And then I'm just going to drill those holes in, making sure they're deep enough for those little screws that go in. And I'm not actually going to screw them in. I'm just going to glue them in with wood glue and hot glue. And I'm going to use my desktop power drill or desktop vacuum cleaner again to clean up all that sawdust. So now I'm just going to use some wood glue and put a little dab in each of those holes. And then I'm going to put the screws inside those little holes and then stick them in the holes in the wood. And then before that sets, I'm going to get a little hot glue underneath each little end. Push them down, and that will dry and seal that way. And look how cute these go together. You can separate them or display them together. They're perfect to sit on any shelf. Would be great for tiered trays. Super happy and yellow and bright. Great for spring and summer. Hope this inspires you to make something similar, and you have a whimsical day.